Hello and welcome back to Leonard Brothers Game. I'm David.
I'm Jonathan.
And this is Metropolis Zone. We're still playing Sonic Jam on the Sega Saturn. We've replaced the controller with a better one, which, unless I get hit by more of those stupid things again, I will...
Really, Dad? Really?
Come back, platform! Don't fail me now! And a lot of people complain, at least in comparison-wise, for the music between the Genesis and Super Nintendo. That you can tell whether it's a Genesis game or a Super Nintendo game because their sound chips are so unique. That it's like the sound that they end up making is very distinctive between the two systems. And a lot of people will say that in general the music on the Super Nintendo is better. I mean, I don't think though because I didn't grow up with it. The nostalgia I have is with this system. The Genesis, we switched from the NES to the Genesis and never... Well, we eventually looked back. Because I did eventually get a Super Nintendo and Super Mario World. But, a lot of people really like Mario World, but I prefer, like, Mario 1 through 3 because that's just more familiar to me. And I look at Mario World and the mechanics, I can see where people would like the cape. There's a special cape that lets them glide. And if you know how to use it right, you can outright just fly through levels. Because you're able to like soar and drop and soar again by collecting. I don't know if there's really air currents or anything. Also, out of all the out of all the Sonic games, I think they've taken more from Sonic 2 than from any other ones. A lot of these corkscrew sections where you're supposed to like running up and going to different platforms and stuff like that and locking on, and that fell. Hopefully, I walk a little bit over here and back. There he is, back again. Okay. It was really annoying when you fall, and it's like, get back on the screw here, and
Oh, a note from the Sonic Wiki. This is the only zone in the game that has 3 acts.
I already mentioned that.
Yes, but you say why?
Why?
You don't know why?
I can't remember why.
Really?
I've heard it a long time.
Let me say instead of you interrupting me.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. This is due to the layout for the scrapped Cyber City
Cyber City,
being reused for the 3rd act.
There were a lot of Hidden Palace Zone is the most famous of all the lost levels for Sonic 2. That a lot of early magazines and stuff like that, trailers and previews showed Sonic the Labyrinth. It was actually included, at least in name, as a later level in Sonic and Knuckles.
And boom, I saw it coming.
I saw it coming too, and yeah, I still fell for it. Up here and try again. There's Dust Hill Zone, which we've only really seen in screenshots. And one interesting thing, the developers, it was actually a third-party developer that brought Sonic 2 to the iOS and Android. And when they ported it over, they actually were given permission by Sega to finish the Hidden Palace Zone. Because if you get the Sonic 2 beta ROM online, or you find... Because there was a guy on eBay who put, like... I forget how much money it was, a ridiculous amount. But he actually bought this early prototype version of Sonic 2, which included the beta with as much as we've ever seen of the Hidden Palace Zone. The most complete of all of the unfinished levels. And they were given permission by Sega to complete it, and they were given all the original designs and storyboards and sprites and stuff like that, and they finished it up. And if you get it on iOS, you have an extra special level there you can't play anywhere else. So it's pretty cool.
You won't get anywhere.
You won't get anywhere else, yeah.
Special.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Here. Spinning like a hamster ball, a hamster wheel kind of thing.
Did you want to talk about any of the modded? Oh, now you're just going to loop.
Now I'm doing a loop.
Any of the modded versions of Sonic?
There were a couple of
Go up.
Yeah, I'll go up instead. Yeah, here we go.
There we go.
See Daisy. Anyways, there's one that's at least of original Sonic. A lot of people have taken ROMs and put them online of like custom mods of various Sonic games, including one where they made Sonic sprites so overwhelmingly big he pretty much fills the screen and crushes everything like gigantic monster thing.
Like Godzilla?
Like Godzilla, yeah. You can say that.
I just did.
You just did.
I like steampunk.
Steampunk? I know. Oh, come on! Jump on the thing.
Just don't stop. Just don't stand beside it. Pretty straightforward.
I'm not trying to stand beside it. I'm trying to jump up here and not get killed.
Like
that.
Walking right into his claw?
Walking right into his claw is very helpful in Game Over. Okay. That's the end, I guess, of our Sonic 2 playthrough. We're gonna switch to Sonic 3 and see how well that works out. Just a general. I have to actually go in here and then pause.
I had such high hopes too.
But I know we get such long ways. You'd think we would have made it further, but we're just bad at the game. Maybe if I picked on easy, it would have been more.
Then it wouldn't have been the same.
It would have been the same. No, that's true.
How do you go for original on this one?
Original. Okay. Keep start. Extra game, I think it's time attack, and all the special stages are still in there too. They also have the English and Japanese manuals in here too for each game, so you can actually scroll through and then at least it's high resolution they could give at the time.
You want to read the manual on the screen.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh, Sonic 3. So Sonic, Tails, or both. And they have this intro cutscene here at the way through, which is like great. And he's Super Sonic because he just came off of Sonic 2 being successful and then loses all the emeralds because Knuckles is an idiot. And that's another thing they're changing for Sonic Boom. They're saying that Knuckles is no longer the dumb oaf that, you know... Actually, they're also pretty much suggesting that it's going to be like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles kind of thing. Think about it. Sonic's blue and he's the leader, like Leonardo.
Okay.
Tails,
is young like Michelangelo?
Young like, well, you know, they suggested he'd be more like Donatello because he does machines.
Oh, true. You're right.
He does machines.
I feel you there.
And Knuckles is Raphael.
Raphael, yeah, right.
And then you got Amy being Goofy, I guess, in the traditional versions, and even though she doesn't wear, you know, basically the suggestion is that, you know, it's very much that style. True. Well, I mean, in her original introduction in Sonic CD was pretty much just the damsel in distress. She gets captured immediately by Metal Sonic, and you have to go save her. And she looks a lot more like Sonic in that version of the game, too, rather than her redesign that most people remember from Sonic Adventure and going forward from that. And another interesting thing about Sonic 3, though, now that we're on it, it has been proven, at least confirmed by some of the executives that worked with him, that Michael Jackson actually worked on the music for this game, but he was not credited because he did not approve of the sound quality.
Oh.
I hit the checkpoint.
I know.
He did not approve of the sound quality of the Genesis, even though he had previously worked with Sega quite often, even on the Moonwalker game. You know, Michael Jackson Moonwalker, where he picks up little kids. That didn't look bad for him at all, you know?
David.
Okay, we're not going there. Anyways.
No.
But anyways, years later in this French interview, people had to translate a French interview to finally find out that that he did, in fact, work on the soundtracks of this game. So a lot of the music and stuff is very similar to different songs from Michael Jackson. So you can hear, like, you know, different audio clues from this and from other Sega games. So by this time, apparently, Michael Jackson was a big fan of Sonic. Fun fact. And also, this game was the first to include the extra little spin dash attack thing, too. So you jump twice, and you get like a extra little boost there, and a little defense in terms of hitting your enemies. So it wasn't a I could have hit that up too, although that would have been like a pretty much a time waster because I would be like bouncing it endlessly, and if we had both controllers plugged in, we'd like bounce the the goalpost from one end to the other and bounce. And as we said earlier, this game was supposed to be in tandem with Sonic and Knuckles. And here's the special stage. You collect all the blue spheres. The idea is to go around the edges because then you get rid of them. If you don't go around the edges... The best option is to, do that because otherwise they stay there. And if you hit them, the red ones, you lose. So, that's no good. It's no good. Another thing that Sonic would say...
And the metal ones will bounce you back.
Metal ones bounce you back, which will obviously bounce you back. But the reason I said that's no good in that way... That's because of the Jaleel White and the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog series would have like the Sonic Says, where it's like, don't put your head in a dryer, that might hurt you. Don't like climb into dryers. Oh no, I messed it up. It's moving too fast. Oh, I redeemed myself.
remedied yourself.
Oh! Fail.
You got a lot of them.
I do.
You failed.
I still failed. I mean, that's one thing that they include, at least in this game. You can practice them separate and apart from the game.
True.
And each go into each level. That way, when you go into it, you can have
you're better practiced and you're not wasting your time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this is the water bubble. First introduced in this game, you don't need anything to breathe with. Others there are still air pocket bubbles, available. But if you have this, you can have the little bounce.
And so it doesn't leave you if you get injured?
It does. If you get injured, it will leave you. Yes. But I guess I jumped at the right time there, so I didn't actually get punctured by the spikes. And there are a lot of secret areas and alternate places and stuff. The way it was designed, too, because, there are certain areas you can only get to by using Knuckles. Or by just using Tails. Yeah. So it's like, this is the most branching paths.
You pull a plug there or something?
Yeah.
Let's go get drain the water a bit.
Boing, boing. Although outside of the, it's a lot like the frog suit. In that, in Mario, the frog suit will let you swim very well, but outside of the water, it's not very useful. Outside of the water bubble is not very useful.
Well, it still did act as another
shield. Yeah, it's beyond just being a shield. Otherwise. There's also, I picked up earlier, the fire shield, which gives you a boost forward, which may or may not be useful if you're trying to do a double jump and just throwing yourself forward off a pit or something like that, The
electric shield was useful.
The electric shield bounces you straight up in the air and also collects rings. Oh, I love the electric shield.
So why is this place on fire?
It's actually the ruins of Angel Island. So it's an Angel Island zone. You're supposed to be the origin of the Master Emerald, and basically it's in ruins because Dr. Robotnik did it. But Dr. Robotnik basically told Knuckles before you arrived, hey, look out for this guy. He's the one that's responsible for ruining your island. And so you come across this, and that's why he's pretty much throwing you for a loop every time. And so until you get to the end of the game. And then Knuckles finally realizes, oh, it's Dr. Robotnik all along.
I've been doing this whole time.
Mm-hmm. Because the nice thing about this section is all you have to do is just run forward. You don't even need to jump. The bombs will not hit you if you just keep moving forward. So it's like a cinematic event. It's kind of interactive.
As long as you can
keep moving forward.
Figure out this.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's what's happening now.
Yeah. Yeah. But a lot of the memes, especially with Sonic X and some of the other animated series, where you just have Knuckles saying, "Shut up!" And so they just call Knuckles an idiot because more often than not he gets duped over and over again by Dr. Robotnik. Oh, he's gonna... I forgot he was gonna disappear, and I was trying to jump back, and I couldn't jump back because I was too late. I was a dum-dum.
Hey, David.
Hey, don't fall down a pit, don't be a dum-dum. I know. Now I have to run through this thing again. Because unlike the previous games, they were trying to make this more cinematic, at least as much as cinematic could be on the Genesis. And then Tails just I can't run fast enough, and I'm I'll get hit. Oh, I'll get hit.
He's like Captain Jack.
Clearly.
Harness.
Except for being straight.
Well, we presume.
We presume. I mean, he's 8. What kind of preference are you going to have?
True.
Yeah, true. Although there was also a character first introduced in Sonic. Oh, thanks, Tails. That's very good. For once, he actually did something useful.
And then died.
There we go.
Boom.
That's the way to go. Anyways, you finish the level. That slowly floats down. But anyways, yeah, in Sonic Rush Adventure on the DS, there's a character introduced called Marine. And she is... not an armadillo. She actually is. She's from Australia, so she has this very bad Cockney accent. She doesn't say anything because the DS doesn't really have at least a vocal sound chip kind of thing. At least not enough memory to include voice overs.
Yeah.
Compared to other systems, but it's oh crikey, this is crikey. It's just one of the most annoying, grating characters. It's please stop talking. Please stop talking.
But also, this isn't necessarily supposed to be our real world.
No.
So, why would she have...
I know. Come on, take me somewhere. Up, next one.
Like, the doctor, he sounds like he's from the north. Well, that makes sense.
Every place has a north.
A lot of planets have a north.
I'll just... I'm sure there's plenty of paths and stuff going on. Get off me, get off me! That's another feature that they won't necessarily kill you, but they'll slow you down. So you gotta...
And Sonic being slowed down is not cool.
Yeah, like everything else he's been doing. Like, a lot of the misconception... Oh, double. There we go. We're good. So anyways, a lot of the misconceptions about Sonic games...
Level. Awesome.
And Sonic games in general, is that Sonic is supposed to go fast all the time. And it's like, not necessarily. You can, take his time, think about things. And not necessarily crash into stuff like I've been doing, I mean, I've been trying to take it fast, and that's probably been what's, ruining my attempts at doing this and not quite remembering how all the level layouts work out and where everything goes. I mean, you can tell even the progression between these games. This game looks... The Sonic sprite is certainly more detailed, and like the environments are brighter, sharper. The way they've been able to take the same hardware over the years and like improve it over time here is just phenomenal. What they've done with his character. He's classic Sonic. He's still chubby, but he's cool. I mean, that's great. I mean, he doesn't have to be like the slim. Oh, I'm Sonic. I'm the special cool guy, because stuff.
And
things.
And that was your last life?
And that was my last life and last continue. So, until next time, happy gaming.